You kiss your dog on the nose. You hug them tight. You baby talk them every single day. And you call that love. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of what humans do to show affection, dogs don't experience it as love at all. Some of it actually stresses them out. That doesn't mean you're a bad owner. It means you've been speaking the wrong language. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to break down exactly how dogs experience love and give you 6 science-backed ways to show affection your dog will actually feel. Stay until the end, because the signs that your dog feels deeply loved are some of the most beautiful things you'll ever notice. Dogs are emotional creatures. There's no question about that. Studies show they produce oxytocin, the same bonding hormone humans release when they feel close to someone. They form deep attachments. They grieve. They feel joy. But their emotional wiring is different from ours. Dogs evolved as pack animals whose survival depended on reading body language, energy, and consistency. They don't love through grand gestures. They love through safety. To a dog, love doesn't look like a birthday party or a new toy, although those can be nice. Love looks like you're calm, predictable, and always come back. That's the foundation of everything we're about to cover. Thing number 1, physical touch that feels safe. Let's start with touch, because this is where most people go wrong first. Hugging is one of the most natural human expressions of love. But for most dogs, being wrapped in someone's arms feels like being restrained. Research from Dr. Stanley Coren found that the majority of dogs show stress signals when being hugged, flattened ears, averted eyes, lowered body posture. They tolerate it. They don't enjoy it. So what does feel good? Long, slow strokes along the back and chest. Gentle scratching at the base of the ears or behind the collar. Touch that follows your dog's lead. If they lean in, keep going. If they shift away, that's your cue to pause. When you pet your dog slowly and gently, and you let them control the interaction, both of your brains release oxytocin. It's a genuine biological bond being built in real time. You don't need to squeeze. You just need to be present and responsive. Thing number 2, calm voice and emotional tone. Here's something fascinating. Dogs can't understand the words you say, but they are experts at reading how you say them. Research from the University of Sussex found that dogs process language in a surprisingly similar way to humans. They use the left brain for words and the right brain for tone. But unlike us, they weight tone far more heavily than content. Your emotional energy is the message. A high-pitched, frantic voice, even if you're saying, "good boy," can overstimulate and create anxiety. A calm, low, steady voice signals to your dog that everything is safe, that you're in control, that there's nothing to worry about. Try this the next time you greet your dog when you come home. Instead of matching their excitement, take a breath, lower your energy, and speak to them in a soft, even tone. Watch how quickly they settle. That calm you offer them is one of the most loving things you can give. Thing number 3, quality time and presence. Dogs don't understand why you're on your phone. They don't know what a deadline is. They just know that you're physically there, but emotionally somewhere else. And they feel that absence. Quality time doesn't mean you have to be constantly entertaining your dog. In fact, dogs are deeply content with what researchers call proximity bonding. Simply being in the same space, doing your own thing while your dog rests nearby. You don't have to be playing. You just have to be present. The most meaningful thing you can do? Put the phone down for 20 minutes a day and just exist with your dog. Sit on the floor. Let them rest their head on your leg. Go on a slow walk where they get to sniff at their own pace. These quiet shared moments, more than any toy or treat, are what dogs remember as love. Thing number 4, predictable routines. If there's one thing that makes a dog feel deeply secure, it's knowing what's coming next. Dogs don't have calendars. They can't read clocks. But they have an extraordinary internal sense of pattern. And when your life is consistent, theirs is peaceful. Feed them at the same time. Walk them at the same time. Even your morning routine is something they learn and anchor themselves to. When schedules are chaotic, constantly changing meal times, unpredictable walks, no reliable patterns, dogs show elevated cortisol levels, chronic low-grade stress. They're always bracing for the unknown. Routine isn't boring to a dog. Routine is love. It's you saying, "I will always come back. I will always feed you. The world you live in is safe and dependable, and that is because of me. Thing number 5, positive reinforcement and encouragement. The way you guide your dog shapes how they feel about themselves and about you. Punishment-based training creates a dog that obeys out of fear. They learn to avoid mistakes to escape consequences. But reward-based training does something completely different. It builds a dog that's confident, engaged, and actively enjoys working with you. That difference is enormous. Positive reinforcement isn't about spoiling your dog. It's about communicating clearly in a language they respond to, where good things happen when they make good choices. Over time, this builds genuine trust. Your dog starts to see you not as an authority to be feared, but as a reliable partner who makes the world make sense. Catch your dog doing something right today, and tell them that small moment of encouragement does more for your bond than 100 corrections ever could. Thing number 6, respecting their space and signals. This one is underrated, and it might be the most important form of love on this entire list. Dogs communicate constantly through body language. Yawning when there's nothing to be tired about. Turning their head away. Licking their lips. Lowering their gaze. These are all stress signals. Polite requests for a little space. And most people completely miss them. When you learn to read your dog signals and respond to them, when you pull back instead of pushing forward, something remarkable happens. Your dog starts to trust you more because they learn that you listen, that no means no, that they have a voice in this relationship. Respecting a dog's space is a rejection. It's one of the deepest ways to say, I see you. I hear you. I won't force you. A dog who trusts that you respect their boundaries is a dog who freely chooses to come to you. And that choice, that voluntary closeness, is the purest form of love they can offer. So how do you know it's working? How do you know your dog actually feels loved? Watch for these: a completely relaxed body, soft, loose muscles rather than a tense, braced posture, soft, half-closed eyes when they look at you, sometimes called soft eyes, the slow, contented sigh they make when they settle next to you, the way they choose to be near you even when they don't have to be, when the door is open and they can go anywhere and they stay. These aren't small things. These are a dog telling you, in their language, that they feel safe, that they feel cared for, that with you they are home. Here's what I want you to take away from today. Loving your dog, well, doesn't require more. It requires different. It's not about the expensive toys or the elaborate birthday cakes. It's about calm touch, a steady voice, a consistent routine, quality presence, patient guidance, and genuine respect. These are small things, but to a dog, they are everything. And when you start showing love in a language they actually understand, the bond you build is something extraordinary, deep, mutual, and built to last a lifetime. If this helped you see your dog differently, share it with someone who loves their dog. And leave a comment below. I'd love to hear one thing you can change this week.